So the NPR, a really widely known and very famous news source, writes an article and they cite me in the first sentence. The article is titled, "Masturbation Abstinence is Popular Online. Doctors and Therapists Are Worried." They're worried. Everyone pause. Everyone pause. Everyone stop. They're worried people are not masturbating. Are you, what? Imagine getting a call from your doctor one day. He's like, "Yeah, man, you know, everything looks good. All your test results look just fine. But I'm a little bit concerned that you're not masturbating. I'm going to send you a referral to psychiatry and urology to get this figured out." Nothing scares me. Nothing hurts me anymore. A young YouTuber tells the camera as snowflakes cut across the frame. He is shirtless in Michigan, January. He tells his viewers to make a point about embracing discomfort in order to become a great, powerful man. Okay, you can tell they're clearly being they're taking a jab at me or being somewhat disingenuous. The YouTuber, who goes by the handle iamLucid, tells the camera he can stand the below freezing temperature because he has been taking cold showers every day and, crucially, hasn't masturbated to pornography in a year. Okay, so they're clearly being really sarcastic in this article. Like, they're using me as the home run, attention-grabbing intro to this start. That's one way to pluck my sentence out of a video I made, like, what, 4 or 5 years ago when I was still in high school, and place it right in the start of your NPR article to get some more clicks. Good job. That's the most beta thing you can do. That's the weakest thing any man can do, he says. Yeah, I hope we can all agree that sitting down in your bathroom by yourself and compulsively watching 2 people have sex as you touch yourself is a pretty weak act. It's a very beta act, to say the least. The video was part of a thriving online landscape dedicated to helping men suppress the urge to masturbate. No, it's not. No, in all of my videos, even in my earlier videos, I'm really clear that we're not suppressing any urge. The urge will always be there. The urge, that feeling will always stay. We're trying to control the urge and control our actions. Usually when someone's suppressing something, it's usually a negative thing. You shouldn't always suppress your feelings or your urges or your desires. Instead, you should control them. Suppression makes it seem like you're trying to bottle away all of this energy and you become this crazy monster towards the end. And I feel like I'm just hypothesizing that's possibly what this play on words could have been meaning, trying to avoid the lawsuit, as you can tell by my words here. Scholars who study the nofap world know that it emerges alongside what's called the manosphere, a collection of online spaces devoted to the idea that men are under threat from feminism in modern life. How are you conflating people that are addicted to pornography to this whole claim you just made? And now she's citing former Fox News host Tucker Carlson. I mean, really, like, where are you going? It's really showing the kind of agenda that's being pushed with this sort of article. Why are you citing Tucker Carlson on Fox News for nofap? What? So here they give us a story about someone that's named Tim. In his 60s, he was basically having marriage issues, and his wife told him, like, look, if you don't stop watching P, she threatened to end the marriage unless he stops watching P, okay? So then he tried to stop, and then he realized that after he found the nofap community online, it actually helped him, and from what he says, it saved his life. Okay, cool. And then they show someone that's named Derek. Now, Derek had a different experience. As a teenager growing up in Kentucky, he watched porn for a couple of hours after school every day. Damn, Derek. Jack, now 26. He was an insecure teenager when he found the nofap subreddit. Kind of, okay, like, I see what you're doing here. You're trying to show, like, oh, only insecure teenagers? Okay, whatever. He said it seemed to be everywhere in the men's self-help spheres online. There's all this magic pill promises that the is addiction that causes all these problems. If you just quit it, it'll fix all these problems, he said. Okay, he says now that he believes that his porn use was normal, not out of control. After an early success with Reboot Challenge, he says he tried to abstain from porn probably more than 100 times. He says he would spend hours every day thinking about how to avoid masturbating, often losing sleep. Damn, you were losing sleep trying to figure out how to stop masturbating? In the meantime, Jack said he became interested in dressing as a woman. Jack does not identify as a transgender and uses he/him pronouns. He interpreted this change as something porn was doing to him based on what he'd seen on the nofap subreddit. Well, let me actually play this video for you by someone that's a senior scriptwriter that works at MindGeek, formerly the owner of Pornhub. This is what he has to say himself.
Try to push stuff that's less accepted.
This crazy right here.
Putting a trans male or a trans female in a scene, you wouldn't get that on a normal mainstream site.
Okay.
So test it out. See if you get a bigger audience with it. See if you can convert somebody, right? Like maybe somebody who's never looked for anything like that might find it interesting. Click on it. Same thing for bi stuff. Same thing for gay.
He interpreted this change as something P was doing to him based on what he'd seen on the nofap subreddit. He'd say, the common themes were, P is turning me gay. P is making me cross-dress. P is making me want to be dominated. Or P is making me like transgenders. Well, according to Dylan, he was the one saying, see if you can try to convert somebody, right? These are not my words, it's his. So let's keep going. We have historical evidence that white supremacist groups from 100 years ago were instructing men that they shouldn't masturbate in order to maintain their virility and strength, said Burke. And we see these messages being repeated in the present day. Proud Boys tells its members that they should not look at pornography and discourages masturbation. How the hell did you just draw that same conclusion, bro? How did you just make that claim right now? That's a crazy claim to make. I don't even have to bring you the scientific literature. People that are working at MindGeek, the former parent company of literally go on record and say,
I don't know, I don't think it's like a positive thing in general. There's no way that that's like normal. Like that can't be normal. That can't be healthy. That can't be like, that must do something. Because that's like significant.
Damages relationships. What do you think of all that?
I would agree. How it could damage a relationship?
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like cheating a little bit in some ways. I mean, it has to. You set like standards that are like unachievable, so you end up having like unrealistic expectations.
It's like an addiction.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think addiction.
NoFap actually tells the author of this article, we're not sure how we should contact you, so we're just going to do it over here. We'd appreciate it if you do not quote us, as we are currently reaching out privately with the sole intention of requesting that you leave us alone. We do not think that an article targeting us is warranted. However, if you do decide to move forward with working with the pornography industry associates to target us after thoroughly investigating this matter, please have your editors get in touch with us for a formal on-the-record statements. Upon information and belief, it appears that you are working on an article targeting us, a porn addiction recovery peer support website initiated and primarily sourced by a close associate of the porn industry's primary trade lobbying group, FSC, Free Speech Coalition, and MindGeek, the owner of Pornhub. This individual is directly collaborating with the pornography industry to deplatform and defame porn addiction resources. You've almost certainly been deceived with the disinformation from this individual and their collaborators. Before you let yourself and the NPR become a vessel of industry disinformation / defamation, which would not only be harmful to us, but also adversely impact the credibility of NPR, breach of contract, and extensive online harassment targeting 50+ people that have even contributed to the death of someone in our field, NoFap is offering to give the NPR witnesses, experts, credible scientists, and clinicians not affiliated with the P industry to interview. In the meantime, you should check out all of the web pages Gary Wilson published regarding this matter on Your Brain on Porn. NoFap also tells them, interestingly, you ghosted our request but appear to still be in touch with the P industry associates and their friends about this matter. So it gets really deep. They write this full-length message that basically exposes everything that they're saying is behind the scenes, and this is a really, really good read. Tell your industry contacts to leave us alone with this nonsense until at least then. Thanks. Now, this takes a funny turn when I explain to you that Lisa Hagen actually emailed me a few weeks before this article came out, and we had a little bit of dialogue over the emails, which I'll show you right now. Hello, Alex. My name is Lisa Hagen. I'm a reporter with the NPR working on a story about masturbation abstinence, communities, and influencers. I came across your videos and planning to quote one about the benefits of nofap to give sense of readers a sense of these online spaces. I'm reaching out to ask if you'd like to chat or comment. My deadline is Friday. Would rather talk sooner than later. I said, hey Lisa, that sounds great. What is the title and main purpose of this article? Our main goal with nofap and these videos is to end addiction to pornography. People usually don't just get addicted to alone. In reality, it's the pornography that they're watching. There are tons of scientific literature that we've gathered that proves the harmful effects of pornography and that children are being influenced by it at an early age. I'd love to share some of these with you for the report you're making. Also, my most recent video shows people that work at P-Hub and MindGeek, the parent company of 8 out of the 10 biggest P sites, formerly, admitting on camera that P is addictive, that it can't be normal, it can't be healthy, and more. Thanks for your quick response and sorry for my delay. I would love to see any material you'd like to send me. I did have a look at your most recent video. I will say that I have spoken to a lot of experts from across several fields about porn addiction and not fap. We have not settled on a headline for the story. My reporting is meant to introduce people to the concept and communities that support masturbation abstinence and will include a part about porn addiction and compulsive sexual behavior disorder. It will focus on concerns urologists and mental health professionals have about masturbation abstinence spaces online. It will include a sense of the widespread concern about impact and the perspective of someone who says nofap saved his life, but overall it will be a critical story. Let me know when you're up for talking or like to send me a written comment, please do. So I wasn't down to talk, so I gave her a written comment, which I think was beautifully written, if I do say so. Studies show that the average age of exposure is between 11 and 13. I stumbled across P when I was 10 years old in the 5th grade, and that led to over 6 years of compulsively viewing P and masturbating against my own will. It was never a problem before porn, but the addictive and explicit and entirely unrestricted nature of these videos caused myself and millions of other vulnerable children to develop an addiction to pornography as well as masturbation to it. Even when the videos weren't available, they were ingrained in my mind as a young child. It's all I can think about as a child. And when I tried to stop watching, I realized I couldn't. I became depressed, and finally, after ending my addiction in high school, I shared my progress on YouTube and started taking nofap content seriously. I realized from my videos, comments, DMs, and emails that there were millions of young teenagers suffering from the same addiction that robbed me of my childhood and severely impacted my brain's reward system. The issue is not masturbation alone. It is 100% pornography. I have a YouTube video coming out very soon that exposes all of these studies and scientific literature regarding the disastrous effects of pornography, especially on young minds. I plan to use my platform to push for the age verification of pornography to prevent further damage to future generations of children. Let's go. By the way, out of this entire statement that I sent her over email, she used none of it in the article. She actually just quoted me 5 years ago when I was 18 years old. She also says, "Hi Alex, I've spoken to many people for this story and I want to let you know that your perspective will be represented. I appreciate your time." I don't think it was in the article, Lisa. I don't think you represented my perspective in the slightest. Look, I'll be honest. When I was first making those nofap videos, I was maybe 18 years old. I was still in high school. It was 5 years ago. I would have never thought that I was going to be the initial opening sentence to an NPR.org article. Thank you, Lisa. I am honored. Actually, my spirits have never been higher, no matter how critical and not based in reality your article was, in my personal opinion. I don't believe that it was the truth. I believe you did not represent me at all according to what I sent you over email, and I feel like it had some undertones to make it seem like I was really dumb and I should probably be losing sleep over what I said 5 years ago. I am strong, I am honored, and I am extremely happy that I was the initial sentence. Thank you. Not only do I have the support from God, my religion, and my family in real life, but I got my family, my boys, my subscribers on YouTube, nearly 1 million of them. Thank you all for watching this video. If you support me, thank you for supporting me. I owe a lot to you. God bless you. Thank you so much. I am honored that we made it to this point in life where I'm the initial opening sentence and they used me to reel in the reader to finish off the 20 minutes of that amazing article. Thank you all for watching this video. Stay dreaming, stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.